finally, I don't have to go to a movie and see this trailer over and over again. I saw this trailer 50 times before the movie came out. I got sick of it. I just had to see the movie on protocol because of that. I don't regret watching the movie though. The Accountant is directed by Gavin O'Connor and stars Ben Affleck, J.K. Simmons, Anna Kendrick, Jon Bernthal, amongst many others. And the story is about this boy who is suffering from autism and his parents having to deal with it in certain ways. And he has these very interesting skills. He knows very good math, he can solve puzzles backwards, he can do some very extraordinary things. And then when he becomes older, this boy, Christian Wolf, is an accountant and he is handling the accounts of some of the most dangerous criminals in the world. And he's cooking their books, and the Treasury Department is trying to figure out what exactly is going on, and they're coming for him, and now we have our movie. I don't want to spoil much because this is a film that is very reliant on its plot, and the less you know, the better it is. And I'm gonna tell you why in this review. The focus of this movie is not more on the fact that he is an accountant who does these dangerous business dealings and he has a set of skills which are like he killed people and stuff like that. That's not the main plot of the movie. That's not the main focus of the movie. The main focus of the movie is that this character is autistic. He has always a certain order to things. He always wants things to be in a perfect manner. He always wants numbers to be a certain way. He always wants to make sure he's making precise calculations. And whenever something is not in order, it always upsets him, and that is autism. That's exactly how it's portrayed in the film, and it's very accurate. It does a very good job of showcasing that particular factor in this character, and it doesn't try to make it film-like. It never tries to be like, hey, he's autistic, you know, that's what happens. Certain things, and you'll see flashes of things. I once saw a movie, which was in Bollywood movie, and it was a movie about a character who had Asperger's syndrome. And they did this in a very film-like manner. It really took me out of the thing, and I didn't really feel for this character and for his condition. In this movie, the character Christian Wolf, you feel for him, and part of that is due to Ben Affleck's performance. This is easily one of his best performances ever. Like, I have seen him in some very good movies before. I've seen him in movies where the movie was itself just fine, and then he was the best part of the movie. He's really good in this movie, and he plays this character with a lot of finesse, and he's very true to it, and he brings out the aspect of autism in this character phenomenally. The actor, writer, director, they've all worked together very well to craft this character, and that's essentially what this movie is. This movie is not more of a film which is a thriller, which is about this man who can do these things, and he is an accountant. The movie is also more about him as a character. This movie is a character study, and as the movie is going on, you're getting to know a lot about him through flashbacks and through other characters' views on him, and you're starting to build up his character, and by the end, a lot of questions that you've been asking from the beginning of the movie get answered. And that's where I should bring up another thing this movie gets very right. It's a very unique narrative. Not many movies follow this kind of narrative, and that's a risky thing. A lot of people can be turned off by that. It doesn't give you all the answers right up front. It gives you a scene, for example, and it's not until the end of the movie that you understand why that scene plays such an important part. And this does not happen just once. This happens several times throughout the film, where there's a character who will be telling you something, and it won't become relevant until the very end, and you need to remember a specific moment from earlier on in the film to tie it into the end, and then weave the entire story together to form the chronological narrative, and then it suddenly becomes so clear, and it becomes absolutely genius, actually, and I really liked that aspect of the film. I'm glad it gave me something to think about, and it made me enjoy it. Also, the action sequences in this movie are extremely well done. There are very few moments of action in this movie. The trailer suggests otherwise. The trailer suggests this is going to be an action thriller. This is more of a drama thriller. This is a very emotional thing. You're knowing a lot about this character, and you're getting to know a lot about it through the flashbacks and how he was with his parents, how his parents were towards him, his father, who was in the military, who had this very rough way of bringing him up, who would get him into fights, who would train him to do certain things, and certain decisions that Christian makes in his life, and certain things that happen in his life, how they tie into that. That's more the core. The action sequences are there, but they're there to just show you how those skills have brought him to this level. That's what makes the movie riveting, that the action sequences are not there, but it's just done in this manner, that it makes the autism elements and the elements that his upbringing has brought him to, and it makes them clash together, and you get this this narrative. Technical aspects like the cinematography, the editing, the score, all these things are top notch. Other actors, Anna Kendrick is really good in this movie, J.K. Simmons is very good in this movie, Jon Bernthal is very good in this movie, and I'm not focusing on those aspects so much because I want to focus on the fact that it has this great narrative and this great way of telling the story thanks to its script, and the performance by Affleck and the direction by Gavin O'Connor is extraordinary. This is a very well done film. However, there is one problem with it, and it's coming to the end. There are certain things that happen which sometimes don't really go well. There are certain elements which they try to explain regarding Christian's backstory that don't necessarily have the best tie-ups, and I wish they did. And that's the only thing. But in the end, I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was a very good movie, and I really recommend watching it. It is a very good representation of what autistic people are like, and it does good justice to that. And I praise the director and the actors for that. They have done a wonderful job on this film. Also, this movie's got a very mixed reception on Rotten Tomatoes, which is understandable. The movie does have that kind of narrative. I liked it. You have to think a lot while watching this movie. If that is not your thing, then don't do that. But if you want to think, if you want to watch a film that challenges you, if it makes you think about things, and if it makes you try and analyze how certain characters are making certain decisions, then I think you will really like this movie. I'm gonna give The Accountant a 9 out of 10. This movie really surprised me. I really liked it, and I want to see it again. I already want to see it again. Guys, have you seen The Accountant? What did you think about it? And what did you think of the portrayal of autism in this movie? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it was okay? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know. I'll have some more reviews out very soon for some more films and some surprise stuff. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.